pray. Since the 80s, it's a young man at times. So we pray, may God raise honest, sincere, committed man or a boy, or even a woman who will be totally committed for the emancipation of her. You see, 51 years ago, on the 9th of 29 July 1966, at Ibadan, Agui heroes were dragged out of the government house of Ibadan. So that was the day Igbo got dislocated. We've remained subservient ever since. Our colonial masters, for reasons most known to them, don't like our gods. So they helped organize a pogrom, instigated a war, funded the war to deal with Igbo people, because they said, for the 7 years since the war ended, all our elite do is speak wrongs, subservient to the new rulers of Nigeria. Younger generation will be praying, pleading. May God raise someone who is sincere, who is committed, who is genuine, who is going to ignite an awareness and consciousness that will create a format for the liberation of the oppressed people of Christian Nigeria. In the 90s, I began to organize the Igbo Youth movement after I and my friends disagreed and left the Igbo Youth Congress and formed my own Igbo Youth movement. I launched it on the 28th of May 1999. For 18 years, I've been praying and searching that God will raise up people I will be proud of. Sometimes I will have fears, maybe I will die and they will not come. Sometimes I have fears, maybe all these things I'm doing, it will be long after I'm dead and gone that God will raise up people. And I'll just pray. Standing on my integrity, that's all I have. I'm not a money man. All I have is that for the last 30 years, everybody agrees that Eliot speaks the truth all the time. All I have is my integrity. Standing on that, my integrity, which is all I have. I attest and declare that this my brother here is genuine, committed, sincere, worried about our plight, and that if there's any way you don't agree with him, it could be just because out of maybe you don't like his style or his format, or you don't like the way he dresses, but if it's the issue of sincerity of purpose, you can vouch for him. And that's important. If there are other ways he does it that you don't agree with, it becomes a matter of maybe his style is a little bit different. But the key issue is sincerity of purpose. My name is Eliot Bujubuk, and I give testimony today in welcoming my brother who has come to thank us and to be with us. I give testimony that he means well for our people. And that we are very, very proud of him. We are very proud of him. The Eastern Consultative Assembly is not a mass movement. We don't accept Muslims straight up. Instead of bringing 1,000 people who stab you in the back, you're better off with 10 people who are sincere, loyal, devoted, and committed. We are a group of sincere, honest people. And as we welcome our leader today in my house, we'll move from here to go visit Mommy Mario. And if our patron, Dr. Rex Ekweme, who's local, comes back to maybe on Wednesday or so, we'll also thank you and for coming. We are. Then, just one person says, Jesus, he can't fly to England. But if one group need to go to Lagos, also thank you. And Archbishop Anthony been there. He's our third patron. These are people who are very, very proud of. Sincere men who want the best. The only question in our region today is liberation from slavery. The only two groups available today are those who believe in a restructured Nigeria and those who said they are tired of Nigeria. There's no quarrel about these two groups. You can always find a common ground. Yes. groups are not quarreling. Those
they are not mutually exclusive.
Those who say they want Nigeria split into 3, 4, 5, 6 regions, like in the First Republic, and those who say they want out of Nigeria. We don't want to antagonize each other. The two groups don't want to fight each other. Have internal problem fighting each other. Which is what our enemies want. We will slowly and gradually convince and preach to each other and find a common ground as we move ahead. But what we have all have in common is that we believe in self-determination. We believe in freedom from slavery. We believe that the present condition of our people in Nigeria is totally and completely unacceptable. I will thank the great liberator for liberating our people and opening our eyes. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much.
On behalf of this, thank you very much.
Almighty God, to go to start with, and to all men and women of goodwill all over the world, but more critically, this very important constituency, which is where I come from, which is Biafra. I never ever expected that people would stand up to be counted at a very auspicious moment like this. Therefore, I would remain eternally grateful to my dear brother, Elliot, whom I met. Maybe he has forgotten. Have you forgotten? Yes, we met here in 1999, if I'm not mistaken. He came to Lagos to see me. And since then, we share the same passion for liberation, the yearning to be free as a people. But there came a time when the suffering and the humiliation became so intolerable that something had to give. It is either we try to do something about a rather disgraceful situation, or we end up living in perpetual slavery. I chose the first option, that we must be free as a people, that we must be liberated as a race, and that we must have every freedom, God-given, due to us, actually experience whilst we're on this very earth. I wouldn't wait to go to heaven to experience that. I want to experience it here. And the way our people came out in support of this very efforts that we're making is something that will guide every step I take as we go along this very difficult, arduous, but winnable task. I thank all of you that worked very hard, especially the ECA. Igbo Youth Movement, I must be very specific, the ECA, and all the market men and market women, all the civil servants, those that closed their shops and came out to see us. All of them who tried as much as possible to ensure that I was not consumed whilst I went up to the north to encounter those who said they would chain us, they would use slavery. I thank all of you, one after the other. Those who contributed to me being here today, because without your pressure, I don't think I would be here. But the work is not yet done. We need to finish it. And as my brother Elliot rightly remarked, there are only two schools of thought now, I presume. No one is saying that being a slave is acceptable anymore. So we have those of us on the other side of the spectrum saying we want outright liberation. Biafra is what I'm pursuing. There are those who want to perhaps find life comfortable within a restructured Nigeria. I have nothing against that. After all, that was what Aburi is all about, isn't it? I desire Biafra. I want nothing else other than Biafra. I will not settle for anything else other than Biafra. That's what I was born to do, and that's what I will do. And in the end, Biafra will come. That we may live as free men and women on the face of this very earth, as the Most High God Chukwukabiam ordained. Thank you very much, and God bless.
This young man has really made me proud. He has suffered for the Igbos. I thank God that he's out. Although I am not pleased with all the bail conditions. I was so mad. I even made a statement about it, but that we expected unconditional release, like Mandela's release. That's what we expected. But whatever happens, we'll take it up from here. We have it, either we are Nigerians or we are not. So we thank him for at least highlighting the injustices limited at Nigeria. I'm proud of him. There are people who are criticizing him for accepting the bail terms, but I know that God works in his mysterious ways, and God will provide a way and means for us to extricate ourselves from this bondage, because we are really in bondage. I thank you all for coming. I'm sorry that I don't even have anything to cover over you, because I didn't explain this number of people.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your resoluteness and your steadfastness. They were telling me, people came to prison to tell me how you've been working very hard with the Igbo Youth Movement, and then later on ECA, to ensure that my plight and my condition is not forgotten. You kept it in the limelight with your determination, your doggedness. That is why I'm here. I don't normally visit people, as you know, but I came to see you, to honor you, and also to see our dear brother Elliot. As I've said countless times, whom I met for the very first time in 1999, he traveled from here to Lagos to come and see me. So it's a very good thing that we've maintained the rapport and camaraderie up until this very day. So I'm eternally grateful. As to my ascension as the leader of ECA, I will keep to the ethos and the creed of ECA. I will do everything humanly possible to ensure that I promote and uphold everything that makes ECA important and critical in the lives of our people. That is a very solemn pledge and a promise which I intend to keep. I will discharge my duties honorably, and I will not fail you. I will not fail ECA. I will not fail anyone who have in one way or another reposed their trust and their faith in me. Our task is a very difficult one, but one that is surmountable.
Yes.
And we've overcome a part of it, and there is more work to be done.
Yes.
As you well know, the bail terms and conditions are not only obnoxious, they're also illegal, and it's something that we shall be contesting in the next few days.
Amen.
As for those who are left behind, I didn't leave them behind. In fact, they persuaded me at some point that I must go. We are doing everything humanly possible on our part to ensure that they come out as quickly as possible, because they did nothing. All we are seeking for, all we are asking for, is to be left alone as a people. The same way we were before the white man came, for us to return to that very value system where the pride of oneself and life supersedes every other thing. We cannot operate in a situation or in a circumstance where life is no longer valued, where people can move their cattle into our farms and slaughter our people. That is not obtainable anymore. Things have changed. We are no longer going to go back to the bad old days of people keeping quiet when injustice upon injustice is being meted out against our people, or upon our people, as a matter of fact. Where we are today is a marked improvement as opposed to where we were before October of 2015. And my assurance to people all over the world is that we will continue until we accomplish our mission. We're not going to stop. And we all know one an apology. We all know one an apology. Therefore, for everything that ECA stands for, I will represent in the finest traditions of our people. And I'll do the best I can to make sure that we're liberated from the shackles of bondage and oppression. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my son. Thank you.
Please, that should be enough. Thank you very much. Thank you. Because I plead, I'll call you guys next time. I try.